Hello there. The next couple of days should bring a bit more in the way of sunshine to some parts of the UK that haven't seen that much of it recently. The brightest and warmest of the weather has been found in the west of the UK, whereas some spots further east have had a lingering cloud and onshore breeze, which has made it feel cool, even chilly. During Thursday, some eastern parts only got to around 11 degrees under cloudy skies. Out west, 24 or 25 in some sunshine.
I'm saying to you, Matt, distinctly nippy in the northwest this morning.
It is distinctly nippy everywhere. In fact, in parts of Scotland, bit of frost last night, believe it or not, for the early part of June. But things will change a little bit over the next couple of days in some respects. Now, you said temperatures have dropped in the west. Very good morning to you, by the way. There will be a little bit of a drop in temperature compared with recent days. Still nice enough in the sunshine, but where it has been especially cool, eastern areas, temperatures could lift a little bit. A bit more sunshine around today. So bear in mind that.
If I had silk pyjamas that expensive, I'd be wearing them every day. All the time. Jessa, thanks very much. Matt, I mean, I'm not even going to ask the question. I'm just... because I know the answer. I've seen you prance around in them. Good morning to you.
Oh, you telltale. Good morning. I think you probably need some warmer pyjamas for some at the moment. It's been a bit chilly out there overnight. Very good morning, all. But look at this. Lovely sunny start out towards the west again in West Wales and Gwynedd. Opposite side of the country along the North Sea coast. Here's Skegness. Grey skies once more. Now, if you're wondering if you're in one of those areas where it has been rather grey and cool, why it has been so persistent, well, it's all down to what's been happening. A big hair of high pressure out towards the west of us, a blocking high, a stubborn high. It's not been moving. It's been dragging up some fairly moisture-laden air from the mid-Atlantic, but as that's worked around the northern edge of it, it's gone across some pretty cold seas, especially as we go down through the North Sea, and that's allowed all that moisture in the atmosphere to form cloud. That cloud has then pushed its way inland on some pretty strong winds around the edge of this area of high pressure. And that's why the strong winds with that cloud a little bit higher up in the sky, it's been a struggle for the sun to break it up. And that's why it's been persisting all day long, especially in the east. Strong sunshine overhead and pollen levels on the rise still across England and Wales as we head into the grass pollen season good and proper.
Well, some of it will recover quite quickly. We're hoping that in the next couple of years we'll get some natural regeneration from the forest on our nature reserve, and we'll have some good habitat for the black grouse and other species to return to. But we've been working for more than 25 years to kind of create what we've had, so we have lost some habitat, and it will take a good few years for that to return. But there'll be signs next spring of some recovery, so it's not all a disaster.
Dan, thanks very much. Dan Tomes there, the area manager of RSPB Scotland, talking to us from Cannich.
Yes, and I know, Matt, you were looking closely at some of those images. There's so much damage done, and the weather clearly has a bearing on what's going on there.
It's had a huge part to play, Charlie. Very good morning to you. Lack of rainfall, really, so far this year, particularly through spring. This is the River Dee of the past couple of days in Aberdeenshire, lower levels than normally expect. And in around the Inverness area, spring as a whole, you should see around 100% to make the average rainfall. We've been a long way short of that by around a third, and those dry conditions have led to that enhanced wildfire risk over the past few weeks. Contrast that with the southeast of the country, where in parts of Cambridgeshire, we've had well above average spring rainfall, and that's even with the past few weeks being completely dry. So what of the week ahead? Is there any rain in sight? The short answer is no. Rainfall forecast chart just shows, again, it's all focused to southern Europe where low pressure is in charge. High pressure for us means virtually all of the UK will stay dry through the next 5 days, and indeed through much of next week. There will be a few weather changes here and there, even though the weather pattern's fairly static. The big change today for many across eastern areas is this. Breaks in the cloud here, showing up in East Yorkshire. It's been pretty grey, cold over the last few days, but there are signs there should be a little bit more sunshine today. We have, of course, jumped into summer, but it's time just to have a quick step back into spring. We're launching, once again, our pick of the season, 10 stunning photographs for you, the viewer, to choose from. For all the details, head to bbc.co.uk/weather, scroll down to the bottom of the page, the link is there, and you get to vote. So we're going to have to be quick. The voting closes just before midnight on Wednesday, the 7th of June. And on that website, you can see all the terms and privacy notices too. So get on there and get voting. They're brilliant. Back to you both.
Matt, did you have any say in the final 10 that people can
We
vote
go
for?
through them all and we pick the shorter list of 10 to choose from.
What's your favourite?
I'm not allowed to say that. They're all my favourites.
Oh, he says that about us as well, doesn't he?
He knew that was coming. He knew it was coming.
I do.
See you later, Matt.
What's going on with the weather?
Not a lot, Charlie. Not a lot. High pressure in charge, things very static. Will be all the way into next week too, which means most of you still staying dry. Not great news for the gardeners at the moment, but there are just a few subtle changes today which will probably make a big difference to some of you.
Last time this morning, how's the weather looking for everyone, Matt?
Morning.
Good morning. Well, a bit mixed again this morning. 2 weather watchers shots from this morning just show the tale really for what's been this week. Western areas sunny. It's been very pleasant in that sunshine too. Central eastern parts fairly cloudy and rather cool. So what is going on? Well, over the last few springs and summers, we've had high pressure stuck to the east of us and we've been dragging in warm air. But this time, high pressure has been stuck out towards the west.